The star has officially burned out in Dallas.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work, work. That's what I say. Hard work, work, work. Earn my pay. Hard work, work. Hard work, do it every day. Hard work, work. Get up out of quarter to three. Hard work, work. Let me go and earn my pay. Hard work, work. Boots on and lace.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? You're tuned into Sports Talk with Big Sarge. I'm your host, Big Sarge. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you are subscribed to the Big Sarge Media YouTube page. I know, right? It seems kind of different in a lot of different aspects, right? Seems a little bit different. Something is different. Something is different, Sarge. Make sure you follow me on Big Sarge Sports with a Z at the end on Instagram. Because you know we do everything for the gram. All right, so some of you all are wondering, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on, Sarge. Hold on. Well, what happened to the Texans happy hour? Or what happened to the Texans tailgate talk? It's still around. As a matter of fact, I have a show for you all coming up here soon that I'm going to do about the matchup, the first week matchup. Hold on, let me see if I can get this together. The first week's matchup against the first week matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Rams, week 1 of the regular season. That matchup between what we're proposed that it is going to be, we're saying that Ariante Ursery, the left tackle, rookie left tackle for the Houston Texans, is going to start, and that battle is going to be against Jared Verse, who was, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Jared Verse the NFL defensive rookie of the year last season? If I'm not mistaken, I think he was. So on the Texans tailgate talk, we're going to talk about that over on the other channel. But this is the channel that I started originally. So for those of you all who don't really know, who are just playing catch up, I used to do a show called Sports Talk with Big Sarge. I've done multiple shows, my own radio shows, called Sports Talk with the Big Sarge, and that's how the Big Sarge Media channel was created. And so that's where I got my, that's where I really got my start from. And so I'm bringing that back this season. I will be doing, starting in September, I will be doing shows on the Big Sarge Media YouTube page as well, where I can just talk about everything. And one of the reasons why I started the Texans Tailgate Talk channel is because I wanted the Houston Texans, the team that I cover right here in Houston, I wanted those fans to have their own channel. I don't want them to have to be mixed up with everything else. I want them to have their own channel. And so that's why I specifically talk about Houston Texans. That's it. The Houston Texans will specifically be talked about on the Texans Tailgate Talk show. But and the reason why I did not get rid of this channel is because I'm all about sports too. I love talking sports. And so I love talking sports. And so on the Big Sarge Media page, we talk about sports. And if the Texans happen to fall into that conversation, and we'll talk about the Texans, but I like talking about the NFL. I like talking about the NFL, the NBA, the WNBA, Major League Baseball. And I wanted to make sure that I kept this channel open so that I could talk about sports in general, because I'm more than just sports. And, sports, lifestyle. I don't really do politics. I stopped doing politics a long time ago because it's just one of those things where you just like, nah, I don't want to do it. So this will be the first show of many. And I know that for the Texans fans, y'all got y'all own. So don't be complaining. Side note, you know what was so crazy to me? when the trade happened on Thursday, when the Dallas Cowboys traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, and I said, you know what, my fandom is I'm a free agent. All of these people started coming on my page on my Twitter feed talking about, oh man, you a Cowboys fan? You can't do that. So I want to say this: are you an idiot? You have got to be effing kidding me. You are like, if you think, listen, let me tell you all something. Come closer, come closer. Listen to me, come closer. Hey, if you think that every media member that covers a professional sports team is a fan of that team, then you are sadly mistaken. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. There are a lot of media members who cover teams who are not fans of the team. I have colleagues like that. Who are not fans of the Houston Texans. I won't call them out, but they're not Houston Texans fans. And I don't get it. And I don't understand why you think that the person who covers your team, who's doing a job, should be a fan of the team. So what you're saying is you're not looking for unbiased opinion. You want biased opinion. You want biased opinion. Hey, what's going on, Tay? What's going on, Derek? What's going on, Sierra? Mind if we ask where you're from? Sorry, I'm from Houston. And that's another thing. So hold on, because I want to answer that, Sierra. I'm gonna be right back. But there's a lot of media members who cover teams that are not fans of the team. If you're looking for fan related content, there are a lot of fan pages out there for every team. In Houston alone, there's a lot of Texans content creators. There's a lot of aggregators out there who are fans. And if that's the type of content that you're looking for, then go to their pages. I'm not a fan of the Houston Texans. The Dallas Cowboys have been my team since 1975, up until yesterday when I became a free agent. They're still in the mix for me to be able to come back. But by the same token, there are content creator pages for every team, aggregators for every team that are fan related. If you like that content, then go to that content. You don't have to follow me. I don't get paid by the like, the retweet, and all that other stuff. I like if you would do that. I would love for you to like my content. But if you don't, then I'm good. Second thing, Sierra asked, do you mind if we ask where you're from, Sarge? And I will say this, and thank you, Sierra. Sierra says, do you, Sarge, because you cover the Texans perfectly and unbiased. So thank you that you can separate your personal opinion from fact. Thank you so much. Hey, can I ask a question before we get this thing started? Hey, where did the because you live in this city? Now I'm not talking about Houston specifically. I'm just talking about any city that has a professional sports team, whether it be the NFL, the NBA, WNBA, Major League Baseball, soccer, whatever. If you have a professional sports team in your city, where's the rules that say you got to root for that team or be a fan of that team because you live in that city? Okay, let me put it like this. I've been covering the Houston Texans since 2017. You know how many fans sell their tickets to opposing teams' fans, to the opponents' fans, and their fans come to the game for a 3-year period? I was like, I'm at NRG, right? Because I swear for goodness that this sounds like I'm in Seattle with all these Seahawks fans. Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on. Now, where did all these Kansas City fans come from in the city of Houston? I'll never forget one year when the Texans played the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? The Texans played the Pittsburgh Steelers. And after the game, I got a chance and opportunity to speak with with the head coach. Oh, what is that? I call him Omar Epps Jr., Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin and Omar Epps, they kind of like one day I'll tell y'all the story about when I was in the airport in Detroit a couple of years ago, and somebody seen Kevin Sumlin, who used to be the coach over at University of Houston and Texas A&M, and they thought that was Mike Tomlin. They said, "Hey, is that Mike Tomlin?" I was like, "No." Well, Kevin Sumlin, Omar Epps, Mike Tomlin, they all look about the same. They run in that same little group, whatever. So anyway, after they played, and this had to be like a Christmas time game, and I was talking to Mike Tomlin in the press conference, and he said it felt like I was at a home game. He said it felt like I was at a home game with the amount of terrible towels that was inside of NRG. He said even driving to the stadium, I seen all the Pittsburgh Steelers flags waving, and I was like, yeah, it's a lot of them here, a lot. It's a lot of Saints fans here. So that's what I just don't. I can never understand why people feel the need to say that you have to root for the team of the city that you live in. No, man, let people be fans of who they want to be fans of. I don't never knock nobody for that. I'm gonna tell you right now. I think I know one Charger fan that lives here. I know a couple of Rams fans that live here. And by the same token, people who are not from here, who are transplants to like the city of Houston, and they want to root for another team, let them root for another team. Like I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You don't have to root for the team that's in your city. Root for whoever it is you want to root for. All right. Once again, you're tuned into Sports Talk with Big Sarge. I'm your host, Big Sarge. All right, so I mentioned earlier that I was a Dallas Cowboys fan all the way up until Thursday, right? When the Dallas Cowboys traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks and Kenny Clark. Side note, I am not here to bash Kenny Clark, so I won't do it. I don't think the return on investment is good for what the Dallas Cowboys got, but I'm not here to bash Kenny Clark because it's crazy, because we live in the city of Houston and my wife is a diehard Packers fan. Mm-hmm. Know how many games I've watched? Me and my wife have been together 5 years. We've been married. We've been together going on 6 years, been married for going on 4 years. I think I've watched way more Green Bay Packers games than I ever thought I would in my entire life. But my wife isn't just a fan that's like, oh, I'm gonna root for this team because they have pretty colors. No, my wife knows the roster inside and out. My wife knows the roster inside and out. My wife knows the players. She knows the transactions. Like, if my wife wanted to start her own Packers content page, she could. She could, because she is like that's how much she loves her team. Like, when I called and told her about the trade, when I talked to her later on, she's like, I can't believe we got rid of Kenny Clark. He been there for 9 seasons. He just made the Pro Bowl and blah, 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 blah. I was like, how do you know all of this? But then again, I know how she knows all of this. So I'm not here to bash Kenny Clark, the player that the Dallas Cowboys got in return, along with 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons, right? What I'm going to say is this. So you see the title of this show, The Star Has Burned Out in Dallas. I did some research, right? Hold on for a second. You know that the stars that you see in the sky at night, that they burn out, right? You know that over time, they'll burn out. No star lasts forever. A star will burn out. And what I found out when I was doing my research is, it says massive stars, right? The greater the star, greater than 8 times the sun, the massive stars, greater than 8 times the sun, burn out quickly. The lifespan is about 10 million years, right? So the lifespan is about 10 million years. Now, we don't know nobody that's 10 million years old. Let's just go ahead and get that out the way right now. Hell no, we don't know nobody that's 10 million years old, right? But if you look at the lifespan of the amount of time that Jerry Jones has owned the Dallas Cowboys, you could say, yeah, it's about 10 million years in football years. He's owned this team since 1989. Okay, let me do the math right quick, y'all. Y'all give me a second because I'm good at counting money, but this other stuff, it might take me a time. So let's see. 2025 minus 1989 equals 36 years. Jerry Jones has owned the Dallas Cowboys for 36 years. That's like the equivalent to 10 million years as far as a star is concerned. So Jerry Jones purchased the Dallas Cowboys franchise in 1989, right? And from 1991 to 1996, the Dallas Cowboys won 3 Super Bowls. They lost in the divisional round 2 times, and they lost in the conference finals 1 time, right? 6 years, they won 10 games or more. And their last Super Bowl was in 1995, right? Now, as someone who has rooted for the Dallas Cowboys since 1975, you had your peaks and your valleys when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, right? You had your peaks and your valleys when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. But one thing that I will say about the Dallas Cowboys is this. Everybody's gotten all excited, right? People were all excited when Mike McCarthy was the coach, and it's like, hey, man, these were making it to the playoffs. For Dallas Cowboys fans, you can't just make it to the playoffs. Dallas Cowboys fans are accustomed to something that they haven't had in a long time. You know, it's like when you go to a steakhouse and you have that what is it called, that Wagyu or that Kobe steak. Like the Dallas Cowboys fans are used to having that type of steak. Over the last 30 years, you know what the Dallas Cowboys have had? The Dallas Cowboy fans have had like chicken fried steak, the equivalent to chicken fried steak. Oh, wait, hold on. Some of you all are too young to remember this. Steakums. Y'all know what steakums are? Back in the day, steakums, right? So from 1991 to 1996, the Dallas Cowboys fans was eating that Kobe beef, that Wagyu beef. And ever since then, through the Jason Garrett years, through the Jason Garrett years, through the Bill Parcells years, through the Campo years, through the Mike McCarthy years, only thing that they've been getting is chicken fried steak. And that's it. Dallas Cowboys fans ain't tasted Wagyu or Kobe beef in 30 years, 30, 40 years. I digress. Jerry Jones used to have that star in Dallas shining so bright, and he's burned it out. The star has burned out. Hold on one second. That star has burned out in Dallas. Jerry Jones has burned that star out. And there's going to be some of you all that says, well, Sarge, hold on, Sarge. The franchise is worth $13 billion. What does that mean to me? That don't mean shit to me. Nothing. That don't mean nothing to me as a fan. I don't get any of that money from Jerry. That's good for Jerry and his family. But as a Dallas Cowboys fan, right? Dallas Cowboys fans, they don't get to see none of that. None of that. And Jerry has burned out that star to the point where he keeps lying to fans and telling them, hey, you know, this year's going to be the year. This year's going to be the year. This year's going to be the year. Even on Thursday, when he did his press conference, he was saying we had to do what was best for the team. And I think that you all are going to like it. No, Jerry, people are not going to like it. Those first round picks that you got, where are they going to be? Okay, hey, man, I'm going to package this up. And, you know, I may be able to package this up and trade. Okay, so, Jerry, you package up the 2 first-round picks with a player. You trade, you get back a premier player. What's going to happen when it's time to pay them, Jerry? Oh, well, we have cap space. Who gives a damn how much money you got if don't nobody want to come and play for you? What you did was you set the precedent of players to come, of free agents to be. They don't give a damn about that. There was a time, Jerry, that people wanted to play for the Dallas Cowboys. They wanted to have that star on their helmet. They wanted to have that star on their jersey. They knew that there was a lot more that came with wearing that star. And shit done burned out, Jerry. You burned the star out. It's done. Nobody cares. You can no longer have that America's Team moniker anymore. And you know why you can't have the America's Team moniker anymore? It's because it used to be a point, right? And when I used to argue this and when I used to debate this, I used to say the reason why the Dallas Cowboys are America's team is because you're either watching because you're a Dallas Cowboys fan and you want to see them win, or oh wow, hold on, y'all. I'm getting comments, but they're coming from I didn't even see these comments. My bad. Either what's up, Queena? I said Deborah Imani. Baby Jerry has pitched the tent and clown. I'm just here. Senior Boblé, what's going on? I'm sorry, y'all. All right, so look, if for America's team, right? Dallas Cowboys used to be America's team because either you watched them because you were a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, or there we go. Okay, I'm starting to see. What's up, Brian? Either you watched them either because you were a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, or you watched them because you wanted to see them lose. Either way, you were watching them, right? Either way, you were watching them. Hold on, y'all. I had to write this down because I forgot to put this down. Now, the fans are watching, but don't nobody else give a damn. Don't nobody else give a damn. It's not fun anymore because the Dallas Cowboys are a mess. The Dallas Cowboys are a mess. Like you could see the ESPN pump them up, Fox Sports pump them up. Like, of course, they think that it's going to move ratings, but if we're keeping it a buck, people who really want to watch football, they ain't watching for the Dallas Cowboys like that no more, either fan or non-fan. Think about this. Think about the amount of rhetoric that has went down, the amount of interaction between Cowboys fans and non-Cowboy fans over the past, let's just say 3 years, right? It ain't as prevalent, as strong as it used to be, like in the early 2000s. Let me say that, the early to mid 2000s, right? Well, we're in the mid, but the early 2000s. That interaction ain't there no more. And one of the reasons why it's not there anymore is because Jerry has burned out the star. The star is done. He's burned it out. And the sad part about it is when Jerry goes home to glory, right? When Jerry goes home to glory, wherever that may be for him, right? Wherever that may be for Jerry, when he goes on home to glory, his son Steven ain't no better. You know what? You ever heard that? You your daddy's son, right? Steven is his daddy's son. The only way that the star will come back and shine bright in Dallas is if they either get new ownership or the family takes a step back. Jerry Jones is by far one of the worst GMs to ever be in the NFL. And there has been some horrible GMs. He is a horrible GM. And that's why the Dallas Cowboys franchise might be worth $13 billion with everything that is included in that. But from a football standpoint, the Dallas Cowboys, if you had $1, I'd say the Dallas Cowboys would probably be worth 35 cents. You know how many franchises that I can name you that are better than the Dallas Cowboys right now? And it didn't used to be that way. Even when they weren't that good, you could still say the Cowboys was a top 5, top 7 team. Can you say that now? The Cowboys are fighting the Cowboys probably will be fighting in their own division, not to be the bottom of their division. In the NFC East, you think the Cowboys are better than the Eagles? You think the Cowboys are better than the Commanders? They're going to be fighting not to be at the bottom with the New York Giants. Somebody told me on yesterday they could see the Cowboys winning 11 or 12 games. I said, to who? Don't worry about it. Y'all hold on. Let me do this right quick. Y'all give me a second. Where are we at? Cowboys. Let's look at the Cowboys schedule. The first week, they play the Eagles. Then they play the Giants. Then they play the Bears. Then they play the Packers. Play the Jets. And they play the Panthers. Right? Then they play the Commanders, the Broncos, the Cardinals, the Raiders, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Lions, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Commanders, and the Giants. So let's see. Let's do a running tally right quick. Let's do wins and losses. Week 1, loss. Week 2, I'll give them a win against that. Week 3 against the Bears, Ben Johnson going up against a Cowboys defense who does not have a premier pass rusher anymore with Caleb Williams. And we've seen what Ben Johnson has been able to do with Jared Goff. You know what? I say that they lose to the Bears. Packers, loss. Jets, win. Panthers, I'll say they'll beat the Panthers. Commanders, loss. Broncos, loss. Raiders, win. Eagles, loss. Chiefs, loss. Lions, loss. Vikings, loss. Chargers, loss. Commanders, loss. Giants, win. Cowboys will be lucky if they win 5. Now, they may sneak up, and some of those losses that I have, they may sneak up and win. But I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm saying, hey, man, I don't see it. And when you look back, you're going to have to blame Jerry. Sure, they have Dak Prescott. Okay, where would you rank Dak Prescott? Dak Prescott is in like the second tier of quarterbacks in the NFL. It's definitely not in the first tier, and he's not even in the top tier. He's not even at the top in the second tier. Sarge, you tripping? Go look at his stats. I watch the games. There's a lot of empty stats for Dak too. There's a lot of times that they've been behind in games, and Dak has had to throw and pass more than they probably would want him to do. And that's one. I mean, the defense, of course, but Dak has also thrown himself into a lot of deficits. So with that being said, right? With that being said, I listened to Jerry Jones's press conference on Thursday, right? And I'm saying to myself, one, Jerry, you didn't let Micah Parsons go. Jerry, you didn't let Micah Parsons go because you were doing what was best for the Dallas Cowboys. You let Micah Parsons go because of your ego. You let Micah Parsons go because your feelings was hurt. You let Micah Parsons go because he said, ain't no deal going to be done without my agent. And even if, let's just say, Jerry, let's just say for the sake of argument, right? You and Micah came to a deal and he said, okay, and he signed it without his agent. Do you know that the NFL Players Association would have came right back and had that contract voided? Because you cannot deal with the player who has an agent. You cannot deal with the player who has representation. If the player is representing himself, then yes, that deal could come to fruition. That deal can be solidified. That deal can be done. When Laramie Tunsil signed his deal with the Houston Texans 2 years ago, he was able to do it because he represented himself. There was no agent. he has an agent. He has a super agent in David Mulligeta. And so there's no possible way that you could have ever thought that he was going to negotiate without his agent. No matter what y'all talked about, Jerry, no matter y'all could have talked about the contract all the way down to the details of his shoestrings. You know what David Mulligeta's going to say? Hey, that don't mean nothing to me. What that mean to me? That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything to me. You know, maybe I should do it like this. Maybe that'll be better. Because I'm not seeing these. And something is not right over here with these comments. Let me see. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the comments, y'all. Y'all know I don't lead it. You know I'm not finna leave until I read these comments over here. And I appreciate, hey, what's going on, TikTok family? But here's my thing. You know that you cannot deal. You've been in this game long enough, Jerry, that you can't deal with a player who has representation. Now, if you and Micah come to an agreement and he fires his agent, that's one thing. But when he told you that you're going to have to talk and negotiate that with his agent, and then you said, well, we don't want to do any more negotiation, why not? You know what that makes you look like, Jerry? A snake oil salesman. It makes you look like a conniver, a deceiver. I don't want to deal. I don't want to renegotiate. Why? If everything was on the up and up with what you discussed with Micah Parsons, then everything should be on the up and up when it's time to talk to his agent. And when he told you go talk to his agent, all of a sudden you said, nah. And then you tried to act like you didn't know who David Mulligeta is, as if he hasn't negotiated some of the biggest contracts in the NFL. What are we doing here, Jerry? So what it really makes it seem like is you like, no, we had a deal on the table. You can't have a deal on the table, Jerry, if he has representation. No possible way you can say this deal can be done knowing that he has an agent. So I'm listening to you yesterday, right? I'm listening to you Thursday talk in your press conference, and your feelings were hurt. Your pride was hurt because you thought that Micah Parsons and his representation was just going to cave to you because you're Jerry Jones, owner and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. You thought that having the star on the helmet meant more to Micah Parsons than getting paid does. Hey, back in the day, Jerry, that would have worked. But you burned out the star. Your 36 years of owning the Dallas Cowboys and being general manager of the Dallas Cowboys is the equivalent to the 10 million years it takes for a massive star to burn out. You burned out the star, Jerry. And it doesn't mean anything like that anymore. So what's going to happen now when it's time for more free agents once more free agents become available, Jerry? Now you're going to say, hey, y'all want to come play for Dallas? They're going to be like, hell no. We seen what you did to Micah Parsons, a 3-time All-Pro, 2-time first-team All-Pro. How many sacks did he have in his first 4 years? How many times did he make the Pro Bowl? He was NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. And if we keep it a buck, Jerry, because you ain't just talking to a fly-by-night fan who just wore the Dallas Cowboys stuff because he thought it looks cool. You're talking to somebody who actually watches the game, who goes back and breaks down the game and be like, oh, okay. Jerry, you said something on Thursday that pissed me completely off. And when I say it pissed me completely off, I'm telling you to the highest of pissivity. Jerry, you kept making reference to being able to stop the run because you got Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle, right? The nose tackle. Now that you have somebody, now you'll be able to stop the run. Taking a dig and taking a shot at Micah Parsons. Well, now, we won't just have somebody that could rush the quarterback, put pressure on the quarterback. We had Matt Eberflus, who's our defense coordinator now, who knows how to scheme up and create pressure. see the Chicago Bears. That's another story for another time. Now we can stop, now we'll be able to stop the run. Now we'll be able to, stop the run. Taking a shot at Micah Parsons. Like it ain't 10 other goddamn players on the team. Like it's not 10 other players on the defensive side of the ball, Jerry. That's what I meant. Micah Parsons is one of 11. So if he is not stopping the run, right? So if you're saying he's not stopping the run, and 9 times out of 10, he's not stopping the run because he's being double teamed because the offensive coordinators from the other team has schemed for Micah Parsons because he's an elite defender. And so now, if you're saying Micah Parsons can't stop the run, then what the hell are the other 10 players doing? Do you even hear yourself talking sometimes? Jerry, I think you've gotten to the point where there's another old man like you with the same age that's kind of, we know who I'm talking about. I don't do politics, but there's another old rich man that seems like he has dementia. What are you talking about, Jerry? You're blaming Micah Parsons for not being able to stop the run. You're blaming one player. Where are the other 10? Where are the other 10 to stop the run, Jerry? I don't get it. I don't understand. Now we can stop the run. So now, if Micah Parsons couldn't stop it, you're saying that the new defensive tackle that you got from Kenny Clark is going to be able to stop the run. Now that you have him, now y'all going to be able to stop the run. You hear how you sound? But when you're that rich and you're that entitled, when you're a billionaire, you only listen to yourself and the yes men that you surround yourself with. Come on, Jerry. I was born at night, Jerry, but not last night. You could pull that shit on other people. You ain't not gonna pull that on me. We're not doing that, Jerry. Not on me. And I know it doesn't matter to you whether Big Sarge is a fan or not. Hell, you don't even know who Big Sarge is. That's cool with me. That doesn't. I have an avenue and a way to be able to say what I need to say and get out what I need to say. So I'm saying it. Now, you kept taking shots at Micah Parsons saying he can't stop the run. Hey, man, you ever thought about maybe it was whoever decided to make Micah Parsons an edge rusher instead of keeping him at linebacker could have been one of the reasons? Like, because, Jerry, you got a lot of smart people around you, I would think. They're yes men, but there's some smart people that are around you. So, Jerry, am I the only one that's seen or thought about why in the hell are you moving Micah Parsons to the defensive end position? Why are you making him an edge rusher when as light as he is, because he's strong, he's quick. But if they grab him, if those offensive linemen grab him, now you're making him exert his energy to try to get off blocks that way, to try to do what he needs to do. You're making him exert his energy going up against offensive linemen, sometimes two. Why would you move him to the edge rushing position instead of just keeping him at a linebacker position? Because you know what he can do as a linebacker? He sees that coming, right? He can see that coming. And because he is so quick, because he is so strong, he can evade and elude offensive linemen. But y'all, you and your staff put him on the line, which makes it a whole lot easier for the offense when it comes to running the ball. And not only that, if you're going to put him there and he's being occupied, then where are the other players, Jerry? Like, come on. Now, Big Sarge Media at yahoo.com. If you're looking for me, Jerry, if you need to hire me on the staff, I'll come and work. Hey, you can pay me. If you pay me, I'll come. And I'll be the voice of reason. Now I don't know how long I'll last on the job because I ain't a yes man. I'm gonna be like, nah, Jerry, that shit ain't right. What are we doing here? This just doesn't look right. Hell, if we keeping it 100, I actually thought that you lost the team when you paid Dak all that money. There would have been a way around all of this. If you wouldn't have gave Dak that massive contract. Wasn't going to be any way around it because the quarterbacks demand a certain salary, right? That quarterback market demands a certain salary. You weren't going to be able to get out of that. And you gave Dak a no trade clause. I thought you were a good businessman, Jerry. I thought that. I thought you were a good businessman. But now I'm like, what are we doing here? Not only that, right? Not only that. Hold on, y'all. Let me get another drink. You traded him to the team that has been busting your ass in the playoffs for how long? See, Jerry, I was at that playoff game. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Let me see. Which one was it? I'm gonna tell you which one it was. That's the one right there. Oh yeah. This is the one. Yeah. Yep. 2023. I was there, Jerry. I was there. 2023 when you lost to the Packers 48-32. I was in attendance. I was at the game, Jerry. I was at the game. I said earlier on in this show, right? I said, hey, man, my wife is a diehard Packers fan, and she is a real Packers fan. So I'm a Cowboys fan. Like I used to have something behind me. I don't even know where is that thing that say a house divided. And they got Cowboys helmet on one side and a Packers helmet on the other. Jerry, let me tell you how stupid you made me look. First of all, you were stupid for bringing Mike McCarthy back. But hey, look, ever since you fired Jimmy Johnson, ever since you fired Jimmy Johnson, you've had nothing but yes men around you as far as the head coach is concerned. I'm going to talk about that in a minute because there was three instances. It was three instances that made me give up my fandom and become a free agent as far as looking for a team to root for in the NFL is concerned. Jerry, I talk trash to my wife from Houston to Dallas. Well, from Houston to Arlington, okay? I talk trash. I was like, oh, yeah. See, the Cowboys, we lactose intolerant, so we don't give a damn about the cheese heads, right? I'm talking trash. Now, don't get me wrong. Side note, I don't have nothing against the Packers. I don't. I like watching the Packers too. I like Jordan Love. I think that Jordan Love is a very, very, very good quarterback. I like Jordan Love. And now that they have Matthew Golden on their team, I like that for the Green Bay Packers. And now I like the fact that they have Micah Parsons. But I talk trash all the way to Jerry's world. We got in there, got in our seats. My wife didn't really talk no trash. My wife was like, well, there's an opportunity for the Cowboys to win because the Packers defense is not that good. She kept telling me that. The Packers defense, they not that good. She said they're not that good. So there's an opportunity. She said, but we'll see what happens, right? My wife's an attorney. So that's how she plays things, right? My wife is an attorney. She plays things like that. So she said, they got to play the game. We'll see. So I'm sitting in there and I'm watching the game. And I'm saying to myself, damn, it's quiet in here. Why is it so quiet for a playoff game? And as sure as my name is Brian, as sure as my skin is dark, and y'all see I'm dark, I am not high yellow at all. The Packers fans broke out in the chant saying, "Go Pack, go." I have been to Lambeau Field maybe like 3 or 4 times. I've been to, let's see, the Texans played them in the preseason game, and then the Texans played them. Texans played them in the preseason game, then the Texans played them in the regular season game, and then I took my wife to a game when Aaron Rodgers was still the quarterback. We went to the game against the Cleveland Browns. I had to be around, I guess, Christmas time. I think I took her for, because that was her first time ever going. This is when Aaron Rodgers broke the Packers touchdown record. So I've been about 3, maybe 4. I may be missing the time. I've heard that "Go Pack Go" chant on numerous occasions. I've heard that "Go Pack Go" chant a lot. When I closed my eyes, because I was so pissed off at Dak Prescott in that first half, the way he was playing, when I closed my eyes, I just kept hearing "Go Pack Go," and I'm saying to myself, "There's no possible way I'm in Lambeau. I cannot be in Lambeau." I know for a fact I drove or my wife and I drove from Houston to Arlington. We didn't catch a plane and go to Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's no possible way that I'm sitting inside of AT&T Stadium and they're saying "Go Pack Go," and Cowboys fans just sitting there like, "What you gonna say?" Because you're getting your ass whooped. Now we had to leave the game early because that's when they had real bad weather in the state of Texas, and we left right before the roads started to really freeze over because it had snowed during that time too. So we had to get up out of there, try to get back because the weather was bad. So we listened to the rest of the game on the radio to the point where I was just like, man, I just went to sleep. I just went to sleep. My wife did not talk trash to me. She just laughed. She just laughed. She just laughed. She just said, "Football." I said, "Hell no, not football. The Cowboys were the better team." Oh, we're supposed to be. And so now you send Micah Parsons to that team, the team that just got through busting your ass in the playoffs. You must have you got a love affair with the Green Bay Packers. You love the Packers like that, Jerry? Hell, you gave Mike McCarthy 3 years to be mid. Oh, sorry, they won 12 games. Yeah. Who cares? Couldn't get him over the hump. Let's go back and look. Hold on. Mike McCarthy was there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, right? He won 6 games his first season. Then he went on a run where he won 3 games. Had 3 seasons of 12 wins. Then last year he won 7 games. Oh, well, Sarge, you didn't have Dak Prescott. All right. Okay. I don't even know why you kept. There was. The head coach of the Washington Commanders is who should have been the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys right now. That's who should have been the head coach, but he's not a yes man. Mike McCarthy was a yes man. Hell, you could tell Mike McCarthy was a yes man because he was a liar. "Hey, I used to get other coaches together, and every week we would go over things in my basement where I had a film room set up, and I'll bring them in, and we would do things as if we were watch film and break down film and make game plans as if we were coaching." Mike McCarthy said that, and then guess what Mike McCarthy came out and said? "No, I was lying. I was lying just to get the job. That's all. I was just lying to get the job." Mike McCarthy, yes, man. Let's go back and look. Hold on. I got it all right here. Let's go. Since Jimmy Johnson, right? Since Jimmy Johnson, Barry Switzer, yes, man. Chad Gailey. Chad Gailey, yes, man. Dave Campo, yes, man. Bill Parcells lasted 1, 2, 3, 4 years, but he was like, Jerry, kiss my ass, I'm out. Wade Phillips, yes, man. This brings me to my point right here. Side note. Hey, y'all know that the Dallas Cowboys have never, ever, 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 ever in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, they've never fired a head coach midseason. Never, never. Until Jason Garrett sabotaged Wade Phillips so he could get that job. Now, Sarge, what the hell are you talking about? I told y'all, I've watched this team. I know this team. I've watched this Dallas Cowboys team for a very long time. What do you mean he sabotaged Wade Phillips to get the job? Go back and look at the year prior. So I got the years right here. 2009, right? 2009 when the Cowboys went 11-5, right? Cowboys went 11-5. T.O. was a part of that team. Go and look. Jason Garrett was the offensive coordinator at this time. Go back and you look, and you'll see how Jason Garrett would move T.O. around so that the defense couldn't key in on him. He put T.O. in the slot. He put T.O. in the backfield. He started T.O. off at at tight end. He kept moving T.O. around so that T.O. couldn't be, so that the defense couldn't focus on him. When Jason Garrett figured that he wanted that job, when he wanted Wade Phillips' job, when he wanted to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, guess what he did that next season? Put T.O. on the island. Go back. T.O. has even said this. He put T.O. on the island. You know what the defense is able to do when you got one player out there on the island? They can focus just on that one player. Hey, we're going to focus on him. And then the Cowboys started losing because everybody else wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, and the offensive coordinator wasn't calling plays like he was calling before. Wade Phillips got fired. The only head coach in Dallas Cowboys history to be fired midseason. Jason Garrett got that job. Where's Jason Garrett? Yes, man. What was Mike McCarthy after Jason Garrett? Yes, man. What is Brian Schottenheimer? Yes, man. Jerry has surrounded himself with yes men, right? Now, remember what I said earlier? That Jerry reminds me of another certain person who has surrounded himself with yes people. I was watching the news the other day, and I'm still watching this cabinet meeting, and I keep hearing them throw all these praises and heaps and kissing this man's ass, and I'm saying to myself, I feel like I'm living in a simulation. My late wife's second oldest daughter loved to play The Sims. And I used to be like, this game is weird. You can build your own. And that's what I feel like I'm living in a simulation. And if we're keeping it a buck, the diehard Dallas Cowboy fans ain't too far removed from the people who follow that man. I'm not here to talk politics. I'm just here to, make a connection. You surround yourself with yes men, then you always think that you're right. Jerry has surrounded himself with yes men, and we went to the players, certain players that's on the players council, and they, they agreed that they really like this trade. They really like this trade, and they understand, Michael, because he kept calling him Michael. He wasn't calling him Micah. He's calling him Michael. It's Michael, I mean, there were some things that was being said in there. So some of the, the players, they all agree with me at this trade. Hell yeah, you signed the checks. Are you stupid? You signed the checks, Jerry. Who gonna say no to you and lose their job? Damn sure ain't gonna be Dak. We know that for a fact. I think that there's like Trayvon Diggs will probably be the only one that be like, Jerry, you lost your damn mind. He'd probably be the only one that would say something like that. Jerry, you lost your mind. But before I get up out of here, right? before I get up out of here, because I have to start putting together this other show for the Texas Tailgate Talk. All right. I'm going to tell you these 3 things. I'm going to read the comments, and then I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to give you the 3 reasons why I am no longer a Dallas Cowboys fan, right? You know how they say 3 strikes and you're out? The first strike was Jerry fired Jimmy Johnson. How do you fire one of the most successful coaches that you've had in franchise history after Tom Landry? Tom Landry was the most successful. You bring in Jimmy Johnson, and he helps turn that franchise around to Super Bowl winners and Super Bowl contenders. He had so much influence on that team that even when he left, Barry Switzer came in and won a Super Bowl. Barry Switzer came in and won a Super Bowl with Jimmy Johnson's players. With Jimmy Johnson's players, with Jimmy Johnson's scheme. And you come back years later, right? Years later, and say, firing Jimmy was probably a bad mistake. You got dang right it was a bad mistake. But because you love Jerry Jones more than anything else, there's only 2 things I feel like you love in life: money and Jerry Jones. I listen, I ain't around you enough to know how much you love your kids, how much you love your wife, how much you love your grandkids, none of that stuff. But to me, if you ask me, Jerry Jones loves money and Jerry Jones. And those flip-flop on day-to-day basis. So, because you couldn't take the fact that Jimmy Johnson was getting the praises and the accolades for winning and doing it at a high clip and making the Dallas Cowboys successful, you said, hey, let me get you up out of here and get some people who gonna kowtow and bow down to me. Me. You know what that is, Jerry? You know what that's like, Jerry? That's the equivalent to going to a 5-star restaurant, right? 5-star restaurant, and somebody's complimenting the chef, but you, as the owner of the restaurant, saying, "But what about me? He couldn't have made all of that without the ingredients. I bought the ingredients, but you ain't cooked the meal. Yeah, but I bought the food. I bought everything he needed to make that meal. Yeah, but you can't cook the meal like he cooks the meal. He told you what he needed in order to make a great meal. The reason why he's a top, what they call him, is it a sous chef? Or I don't know what they call the top chefs, but the reason why he's one of the best chefs in the world is because he knows how to cook. He don't give a damn about buying the groceries. He's just telling you what he needs. Hey, in order for me to make this great meal that I make on a consistent basis that keeps this restaurant packed, hey, this is what I need. I need this, 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 and I need that. Yeah, but after you cook it, I want to get some of the credit too, because I bought the stuff. I bought the stuff for you to prepare it. Well, okay, then cool. But then buy it and prepare it. Because when you had Jimmy Johnson and the groceries that you was buying, the top groceries that you were buying, right? The top groceries that you was buying, and Jimmy Johnson got a hold to him, great meal. Great meal. After he left, that shit was the equivalent to ramen. Hey, man, you know how to make soups? Hey, no. Some of you all are going to know exactly what I'm talking about when I say this. Hey, man, you can make spread. You know how to make spread? If you know exactly what I'm talking about, either you done been to prison or you know somebody that's in prison. I digress. Jerry wanted credit for buying the groceries and cooking the meal, even though Jimmy Johnson was cooking the meal. So that was the first strike, right? You fired Jimmy Johnson. I said, all right, Been a Cowboys fan for a very long time. I've been through the ups and the downs. I get it. Second strike. You cut T.O. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute. What? Why are you cutting Terrell Owens? What did he do? And y'all need to go and listen to T.O. explain how Jerry cut him. Y'all need to go listen to the conversation that T.O. had with Jerry Jones in the restaurant. But you cut T.O., and I'm saying to myself, why in the hell would you do that? At the time, I had a radio show, and when they cut T.O., the whole 3 hours, I just went off on Jerry Jones because I'm saying this has got to be the dumbest. But then I understood. I understood why you cut him. Because when he started questioning you about Jason Garrett, when he started questioning you about Jason Witten, when he started questioning you about Tony Romo, when he started telling you that Garrett, Witten, and Romo colluded to box him out, he started telling you this, and you didn't want to hear it. And then you're like, well, I'm not going to get rid of them because they're my yes men. If you're going to come, you're going to make waves, then we're going to get rid of you. So you cut T.O. By far the most prominent wide receiver that the Dallas Cowboys has ever had outside of, Drew Pearson and Michael Irving. Like T.O.'s a Hall of Famer. Should have been first ballot Hall of Famer. That's a gripe that I have with the media members. We'll talk about that another time. I still have a gripe with the media members on not making him a first ballot Hall of Famer. T.O. is top 5 wide receivers of all time. And you cut him? You cut him, Jerry. You cut him. So, fire Jimmy Johnson. That's the first strike. Cut Terrell Owens. That's the second strike. And then you trade your 3-time All-Pro. Your 3-time All-Pro defensive player. You trade Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. I'm done, bro. I seen a guy on Twitter say, y'all some soft bees. I don't really like to use the B word, but he said y'all some soft bees if you left the team because of Micah Parsons. No, idiot. A lot of people didn't leave the team or turn in their fandom just because Jerry traded Micah Parsons because his feelings got hurt. Jerry is doing this over feelings. His feelings got hurt. And if we were back in like the 60s or 70s, the vernacular, the tone, the rhetoric in which Jerry Jones has been using would have been totally different. I'm telling you all that right now. You're not finna talk to me like that, boy. But I'm going to say this. It isn't just Micah Parsons being traded. It's a culmination of things that Jerry has done over decades. The last time the Dallas Cowboys played in a Super Bowl was 1995. 1995. What is that? Hold on. It's like, I want to be accurate. Let's do it. 2025. Because they ain't playing in the Super Bowl this year. Minus 1995 equals 30. I want to make sure I got that right. 30 years. You have individuals living right now that has never seen the Dallas Cowboys play in a Super Bowl. That's why Dallas Cowboy fans always get asked, Why do you still follow the Dallas Cowboys? Well, they won a Super Bowl. Well, yeah. How long ago was that? Y'all know what I like to do, especially on this show, especially on Sports Talk with Big Sarge. Y'all know what I like to do. I stumbled across a photograph. It kind of made me laugh. It took me way back down memory lane. 100 songs. Let's look at Billboard's Hot 100. The last time the Dallas Cowboys won a Super Bowl. Number 1 was Gangsta Paradise by Coolio. Gangsta Paradise by Coolio. Hell, has Coolio performed at SeaWorld yet? Hell, because I'm thinking that some of these people are going to perform at SeaWorld. Waterfalls and Creep was 2 and 3 by TLC. Kiss from a Rose, Seal, On Bended Knee by Boys to Men, 5. I Never Heard Another Night by Real McCoy. Fantasy by Mariah Carey, 7. Take a Bow, Madonna. Don't Take It Personal by Monica. This is how we do it. Because I think this dance was out still too. This is how we do it. Na 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 na. Churn the butter, just churn the butter, just churn the butter, just churn the butter. Sorry, y'all. This is how we do it. That's like a cruise ship song now, right? That's like a karaoke song, like, right? Freak Like Me by Adina Howard was number 13. Boombastic by Shaggy. Nikki French, Total Eclipse of the Heart. You Are Not Alone by Michael Jackson. Hold My Hand, Hootie and the Blowfish. One More Chance, the Notorious B.I.G. My love, do you ever dream of? Sing it with me. Rejoice. Yeah. Oh, sorry, y'all. Candy Rain by Soul For Real. If You Love Me by Brownstone. That's one of my favorite. I Got 5 on it. That was one of my favorite songs. So, as I digress, right? As I digress, Jerry Jones has burned out. God, that was some good songs back in 1995. I gotta call Cody Davis. Let me see. If he ain't listen, he may be doing an interview right now. Y'all know how I do it on this show. Let me call Cody. This is how I do it on my shows, y'all. When I go live, it be live. Like it's live. Like it ain't no.
Hello?
Cody.
What's up?
You are on Sports Talk with Big Sarge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Big Sarge. Anyway.
Yeah, thank you for having me, my brother.
Cody, check this out, right? Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the Dallas Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl. Are you watching the show?
You said what?
Are you watching my show?
I just finished doing the interview for a story.
Okay. So, you got to go back and play catch up. Cody, you know, Dallas Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl since 1995, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys I don't think they even played in a Super Bowl since 1995, right? Let me just double check. But I'm calling you because, yeah, they ain't even played in the Super Bowl since 1995. But I'm calling you because I know that this is something that not only you will appreciate, but the fans, the supporters of Sports Talk with Big Sarge will appreciate. I just went down this list, Cody. Let me tell you some of the top songs from the Billboard 100 from 1995. You ready? Number 1 was Gangsta Paradise.
Okay.
Waterfalls and Creep was 2 and 3. Now, this is why I really called you, because I know you're going to cuss, but I don't care. So you know that, and look, let me give you all some background real quick before I do this with Cody. I am a Boys to Men fan. Cody is
Oh,
not.
gosh.
Cody, do you know in 1995, the number 5 song on the Billboard Top 100 was "On Bended Knee" by Boys to Men?
I didn't know that.
Do you know what was number 21?
You are not alone.
How did you know that?
Because I mean, it's 95. That was like his biggest hit. 95. That is crazy. They don't care about us. So when you say 95, they instantly put me in like the history era. So. And I know that was the only thing you was calling me for. Which is fine. I mean, you know, I'm not about to cut up. I mean, 100 more songs I would rather been on.
And we're only talking about 1995, Cody. I'm only talking about the last time.
They had over 100 songs released in 1995.
Well,
there's 100 more. There's 99 more.
This
over on Bended Stupid Knee.
This says Billboard's Hot 100 Singles of 1995. On Bended Knee is number 5. You Are Not Alone is 21. Now, hey, listen, you all. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. Cody and I just had this conversation this morning. When we start talking about where we rank musical artists, we never include Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson is on the island all by himself. And you can be invited to come to the island, like Drake can be invited, Usher can be invited, Chris Brown can be, you can be invited to the island. Huh? Who? Beyonce, Whitney Houston can be invited. They can't stay though. They can be invited, but you can't stay for longer than 3 days. After 3 days, you gotta go. Because Michael is territorial, and you know, Bubbles, ain't that the chimp name? But Bubbles is I don't know. Bubbles get territorial. He's still living? Who got him? Prince or Blanket?
Nobody in some kind of chimpanzee thing.
I bet he living like a king too with the amount of money that Michael left for him. Hey, wait. What was the kid's name? Blanket and Prince?
Blanket, Paris, and Prince.
Which one about to get married?
That's Prince.
You getting ready to go to the wedding, right? Cody, I'm gonna call you back in just a second once I get off this show. But I looked at Prince the other day and I said, okay, because him and his girl I think been together like 6 or 8 years, right? Him and his fiance. 6 or 8 years. So I'm saying to myself, okay, so now Prince is a little bit older. Hey, look, for those of you all who are watching this show right now, just give me a second. We're gonna get back to bashing the Dallas Cowboys in just a second, I promise. Cody. Ain't no damn way Prince is mixed with black and white.
Hell no.
It don't matter if you're black or white. Who? Hey, look. Hey, Cody, what movie was that? That ain't my baby. That right there might. Cat Williams, he like that ain't. Look, he's like that ain't my goddamn baby. That one right there may be mine, but just because you name him Darren don't mean he belong to Darren. All right, Cody, I'll hit you back.
All right, bro.
I do that all the time, y'all. Y'all know how we do it right here on this show. All right, y'all. I couldn't help it. Jerry, as I digress, Jerry Jones has burned out the star in Dallas. And the reason why a lot of fans are jumping off of the Dallas Cowboys bandwagon has a lot to do with Jerry Jones. Tim says, how about those Packers? Hey, I ain't got nothing against the Packers. For those of you all who watch me on TikTok, I ain't got nothing against the Packers. I don't have nothing against the Packers at all, period. And if I did, I'm not going to say anything that could be rewatched and recorded. My wife is a Packers fan. You think I'm going to get myself in trouble going into the weekend, going to a holiday weekend? Oh, no. Not me, Tim. I'm trying to get Dolphins. I'll explain it to you at another time. Jerry Jones has burned out the star in Dallas. They need to change their mascot. The mascot needs to be changed because he's totally burned out that star. With everything that he's done over the years in getting rid of Jimmy Johnson and cutting Terrell Owens, trading Micah Parsons, not doing what's best for the franchise, only doing what's best, excuse me, for Jerry Jones and his $13 billion or $13 billion organization. He can do whatever it is he wants to do. That's his organization. I can't tell him what to do. I used to be a fan of the team. So I was just a fan. Jerry don't care about what I think. Hell, Jerry don't even really care what none of the fans think. As long as you keep spending your money and letting him keep selling you this dream, selling you this dream of what the Cowboys could be. But when you look, if you look in the NFC alone, right? Just the NFC alone. Hold on, give me a second. Just look in the NFC alone. Where would you rank the Cowboys? You got the Cowboys better than the Giants? You got the Cowboys better than the Eagles? You got the Cowboys better than the Commanders? You got the Cowboys better than the Bears? Packers, Vikings, Lions. The Cowboys ain't better than no team in the NFC North, not one. And I'm including the Bears. Think they better than the Buccaneers? They're better than the Saints. They're probably better than the Panthers. They're about the same when it comes to the Falcons. They're not better than the Rams. They're not better than the 49ers. They may be better than the Cardinals, and I don't know how good they are when it comes to the Seattle Seahawks. TikTok family, appreciate it. I will see you all right back here on the Texans Tailgate Talk because there's a matchup that two matchups that we need to talk about when it comes to the Houston Texans versus the Los Angeles Rams in the Week 1 matchup. Appreciate it. Talk to y'all later. Call me now. Oh, that's not bad. I ain't earned no. All right. So what I got going on over here, right? They should be the Dallas Clowns. Said race card. Hey, y'all give me a second. Let me find out what's going on. What are we doing here? I need to see what's going on because I need to read these comments, but I can't for some reason. These comments ain't showing up like I need them to show up. So I'm going to have to go in and find out what the heck is going on when it comes to the comments. I'm going to go ahead and read. Tay says, everyone is trying to justify me, right? Jerry and Steven. What's up, Derek? I like the Big Sarge Media Morning Show name. Secret Agent, Houston, Texas, Brian, Big Sarge. Man. Sarge straight out the H, but up until yesterday, he ain't been living his football fandom life right. Although I got to put that out here. Hold on. Now look what Tay is hilarious. Sarge became a free agent after that Dallas Cowboys trade. Yep. Dallas Cowboys are a mess. I feel bad for you, Sarge. What's up, Queen? I'm late to the party today, but you are telling us you ride with the Texans now, right? My husband, your husband's a Packers fan? They traded Micah for 2 first-round picks and a hot dog that rolled off the grill into the coals. Oh, man. I only root for the Cowboys when the Oilers left to Tennessee. See, and that's what I was saying, like, because I have that conversation sometimes when it comes to Texans fans who used to talk trash to me. I was like, well, when Houston didn't have a team, who would you root for? Yes. Yes, they did. Yes, he did. Tay said Cowboy fans been having them Salisbury steak and that gravy for the last 30 years. Exactly. But what if the trade actually benefits Dallas? How? That's what I understand. I don't understand how it could benefit Dallas. If they keep the trades, right? If they keep the draft picks, those draft picks are going to be all like at the bottom of the first round. And if he packages them up and goes and gets somebody, then how long will you have them before you have to pay? Because like if you're going to give away 2 first-round draft picks, you're going after top talent. And if you're going after top talent, and I don't know, let's just say he said, "Hey, I'm gonna package up these 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks, and I'm gonna go and get Christian McCaffrey." Let's just use Christian McCaffrey, right? You have to take on that salary, and then eventually he's going to want to get paid too. You know what? Side note, there's a quick thing, right? How much do you trust the Dallas Cowboys being able to draft talent? Because if Mozzie Smith would have been able to do what he needed to do, I mean, you pay Micah and you keep it moving, right? But even with that being said, this is how you know that the Cowboys organization is in disarray. Derrick Henry, who's with the Baltimore Ravens right now, wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy. He wanted to play for the Dallas Cowboys. He lives in Dallas. He wanted to. And Jerry Jones was like, no, we're good. No, we're good. We're not paying that amount of money for a running back. And then look what he did with Baltimore. Look what Saquon Barkley did with the Eagles. I digress. Let's see. Include Micah. He said he wanted to retire. Exactly. Senor Boble. Call him by his government name, Gerald. I can't call him Jerry. Rohan said, I tuned in late, but did I hear you'd announce your Cowboys fanship? I surely did. Let's see what Brian has to say. And the Cowboys are the first game of the year against the Eagles. What a mess. They're going to get smacked. Commentators are going to be talking crap about the Cowboys all game. Exactly. Senior Boble said, I had this moment with the Texans when they went with Mario Williams over Vince Young. I never understood that either. I never understood why. You would have had a half of Hiram Clark buying season tickets if you would have drafted Vince Young. Know how many people would have been mortgaging off their house just so they can get season tickets to watch Vince Young play? I never understood that either. Mario Williams wasn't bad, but he wasn't Vince Young. Let's see. Can we please have brown paper bags over our heads at the game? I hate the fact that fans still buy tickets. Exactly. Do you think fans are still going? The other teams pack the stadium. Yep. Yes. Yes, Queena. Exactly. What's up, Mario? Tay says everything has to go in favor of Jerry, and if you buck the system too hard, they'll exile you. Look what they did to Dez, exactly. Murray, and now Micah, exactly. Said the last time we watched the Cowboys was to watch Dak's pregame routine. Says the Cowboys could be one of the worst teams in the league. Exactly. Dallas really lost their best NFL and NBA player in 1 year. They surely did. He said, they'll beat the Chargers. I don't know if they'll beat the Chargers. I don't know, Tay. I don't know if they could beat the Chargers. Top 20 quarterback, Dak. Yeah. Somebody said, I hope Christopher says, I hope they don't win a game. Dak 17th. Yeah. He said Tecmo Bowl. They don't play the Texans this year. They may play them again next year, but they played them 2 years in a row. If that holds true, they'll be looking for it. No, Schottenheimer is a yes man, so he's gonna do whatever. He's gonna do whatever Jerry wants him to do. We got room for all you Cowboys fans. We got some room on the Texans bandwagon. All right, Russell. Hey, wait. First of all, I appreciate you joining the show. Hey. Oh. I said I got a big ego in the Beyonce voice. Let me stop right there. Brandon, you make a very good point. Will gonna cost 50 mil at this rate. If they giving Micah 47 a year. By the time it's time to negotiate with Will, and you gotta pay CJ. Uh J Rock says sorry for your loss. uh Showtime. What's up, man? Just drink some cut. I'm not Showtime. I'm not drinking cut water. I told you. You ain't gonna have me around here naked in the streets like Lil Nas X. No, thank you. I don't want no cut water. Nope. Yes. They're gonna eat up a lot of cap space, but I think they're gonna be worth it though. He did give an amazing word salad. Cowboys can stop the run with Mike and D-Law with Osa in the middle. Now, not only can you not stop the run, but you can't stop the pass either. Exactly. Sarge, the eulogist, delivers the eulogy. Yep. Don't 3 teams have 2 or more first round picks next year? And Casario has capital to trade. We may see a lot of movement during the next draft. Sean, what's up, Super Tech? Let me see what you say, Sean. Super Tech. I don't know how Dallas fans are so used to fine dining when they've been eating Shoney's. Wait a minute now. Hold on. Hey, damn. Shoney's? I can't even remember the last time I had Shoney's. Hold on, Sean. They still got Shoney's? Damn, when last time y'all had Shoney's? Shit, I forgot that even Shoney's was even. That's like saying Champs. If you're from Houston, you know Champs. Like, they ain't got no more Champs around. Shoney's? I'm surprised Hart's Chicken still lasted so long. Exactly, J Rock. And let's not act like that AT&T Stadium don't look like away games for Cowboys too. Yeah, it does. Sorry, just come on over to the Texans side, bro. You've been living a blasphemous life as a Cowboys fan anyway. If Jerry Jones is a great businessman, then I'm Sergeant Major of the Space Force. Oh my God. I think I know what you're talking about. Hey, man. Let's see. What's up, Polo in H-Town? He's a great businessman, just not good GM. He owns all the solar plants in Texas, energy and oil companies. The Cowboys is a hobby to him. It's tennis shoe money, really. It really is. It really is. You're right. You're right, Polo in H-Town. Thanks for joining the show. You are right. What's up, Reverend? Pray for me as always. You know, I used a couple of cuss words and profanity. I didn't have a good show as far as my words were concerned, as far as keeping profanity out of it. So pray for me, Reverend Brooks. Tay, I knew you would know. Tay says with the right ingredients, that spread it's different. I knew you would know. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Y'all are hilarious. Oh man, y'all are hilarious. Yes, you're right. So I said Air Max was the new shoe design back in 1995. Oh man, y'all are hilarious. Wait, Mo Beasley, Coolio. When did Coolio pass away? Hey Siri, when did Coolio pass away?
Coolio died September 28th, 2022 at age 59 in Los Angeles.
What? Rest in peace, Coolio. I didn't know Coolio had passed away. Why y'all didn't tell me that? Y'all knew that? Shut up, Rohan. I just read the text. Dang, R.I.P. to Coolio, man. So what's there 14 other teams that haven't won nothing in 75 years? So Big Dog say. So what's there? So what? There's 14 other teams that haven't won nothing in 75 years. I don't give a damn about that, Big Dog. I was a Cowboys fan. I don't care about no other team. They ain't have those other teams that ain't never won nothing, ain't got nothing to do with me. Not me. I don't care. I'm not finna talk about I was a Cowboys fan. I care about what they win. That's what I cared about. I ain't care about the other teams who ain't never been to a championship game or won a Super Bowl. I don't care. When it comes to my fandom, I don't care. The only time that matters to me is if I was in a debate, a sports debate with fans of other teams who ain't never been to a championship game or won a Super Bowl or ever been to a Super Bowl or none of that. That's the only time. Other than that, I don't care. I care about what the Dallas Cowboys was doing. I don't care about that other stuff. I didn't know that. I didn't know Coolio had gone up yonder. Wow. Sarge, if you don't mind me asking, how did you and the wife meet? You know what? Because we're on the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show and we talk over here. The one thing about being over on this side of the house is, it's more free over here. My wife and I actually met online. I ain't afraid to say that. I met my wife online. And our first date was my birthday weekend. That's when I was staying in the Woodlands and she was staying in Cypress. And she drove from Cypress all the way out to Magnolia 2 nights in a row to help me celebrate my birthday. And I was like, yeah, she might be the one. And it's funny you asked this, Sean. Hey, side note, listen, if y'all listen, I'm pretty much finished talking about what Jerry Jones has done to the Star in Dallas. He didn't burn that thing out. I'm pretty much done now. I'm reading the comments like I always do. For those of y'all who are new to the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show, this is why I tell you, hey, interact. We like on Texans Happy Hour or the Texans Tailgate Talk. I do these shows live because of the comments, and I want you to talk amongst each other, and I talk to you, and that's how we do this show. This is a interactive show, and so, but for those of y'all who just tuned in to hear me talk bad about the Dallas Cowboys, I'm pretty much finished with that part. So, Sean asked a great question, and I told you, me and my wife met online. She came out and celebrated my birthday weekend with me, back-to-back nights. At the Golden Retriever in Magnolia, Texas. It's another story for another time. But September 5th, my first wife would have been passed away for 8 years. But the similarities between my first wife and my wife now, like, it's almost, I feel like, I don't know who believes in these types of things, but I feel like my late wife sent me my current wife. Okay, let me tell you why. They're so similar in just like mannerisms, the way they do things, like the way that they treat me, the way they treat me, like, and like both of them. So my wife, Chrissy, my wife now, is a diehard Packers fan. My late wife Jamila was a diehard Jaguars fan. Like, she loved the Jacksonville Jaguars was her team. And it wasn't just her team because they had pretty colors or because she lived in Georgia. And no, she was a fan. She loved them. She loved the Rockets. She didn't really care nothing about baseball. Chrissy, my wife now, she loves the Packers. She will watch basketball and root for the Rockets. She's an Astros fan, and she loves the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA. So, yeah. Jamisha, can you send me that Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end on the app formerly known as Twitter? Can you send me that application so I can fill it out? See ya, Bobley. You already know. ESG. What you know about that ESG? Come join us, Sarge. You might as well. Jerry Jones traded Herschel Walker. Big dog, come on now. Big dog, you want to really have this conversation? Because like I said, I don't know how long you've been a Dallas Cowboys fan. I've been one since I was one since 1975. So I remember watching Danny White be the quarterback and the punter. I remember Ed Too Tall Jones. I remember Harvey Martin. I remember Charlie Waters, Drew Pearson, Everson Walls. Like I'm taking you back a little bit, right? Robert Newhouse, who was the fullback for Tony Dorsett. Come on now. I was there during the Quincy Carter days. Quincy Carter. Come on, big dog. You really want to have this conversation? You got the right one on the right day. And I don't mean that with salacious or malicious intent. I do not mean that in an aggressive manner, because all we're doing is discussing sports. So please don't take that the wrong way. Please. My heart does not mean that as far as being aggressive. But let's have this conversation, right? Hey, big dog. Let me ask you a question. When Jerry Jones traded Herschel Walker, right? Who was the head coach? Who was the head coach? Also, do you think that Herschel Walker and Micah Parsons are in the same ballpark when it comes to players? In 4 years, Micah Parsons has done things that Herschel Walker would never do. Side note, where in the hell is Herschel Walker? Has anybody seen him? Herschel Walker got called out for being a deadbeat dad. He ran for office in Georgia. After that, he was gone. Where they put Herschel Walker? Where is Herschel Walker? Probably somewhere doing sit-ups or push-ups. I digress. Hey, who was the chef at that time? Who was the chef that said, hey, if you trade Herschel and get me these things back, I'll make you a meal so delicious that you'll be yearning for it for 30 years after I'm gone? Jimmy Johnson was the head coach. Jimmy Johnson has forgotten more football than Brian Schottenheimer will ever accomplish in his life. So even with the return on the return that they've gotten for Micah Parsons, they don't have the chef to cook the food. What are we doing here? Jimmy Johnson cooked in a kitchen. Schottenheimer cooks on a hot plate, a griddle. Like Jimmy Johnson took time to prepare great meals. What is Schottenheimer going to do? So, sure, Jerry Jones traded Herschel Walker, but Jimmy Johnson cooked the meal. That's all I'm trying to tell you, big dog. Even if they would have traded Micah Parsons for, let's say they would have traded Micah Parsons for Justin Jefferson, right? Hey, we traded Micah Parsons to the Vikings. We got Justin Jefferson back, right? You still got Schottenheimer trying to make the meal. And we know he can't cook. I digress. I was into the Oilers and Swingers in the 90s. And the Cowboys are third on on the NFL list behind the Patriots with 6 Super Bowls, and the Steelers and the Cowboys have 5 Super Bowls. This ain't 1995, big dog. This is 30 years later. You know when I used to use the Cowboys Super Bowl, when I wanted to end the conversation with a team, with a person who was a fan of a team who had less, who either they had less or they never been. Big dog, let me give you this since I'm no longer a Dallas Cowboys fan. Let me give you something that you could use, right? This is what I always used to use. So when somebody wins an Oscar, right? So when somebody wins an Oscar, right, they will forever be known as Oscar Award winner or an Academy Award winner, Grammy Award winner. No matter whether they win it in 2025 or they won it in 1965, they will always be known as Oscar Award winner, Academy Award winner, Grammy Award winner. The Dallas Cowboys will always be known as Super Bowl champions. I'll give you, look, I'm giving you something that you can use when you talk to other teams, because that's how I would shut down the argument. Cowboys ain't won nothing in 30 years. Yeah, but they won them. So that's like you could say Grammy Award winner, blah, blah, blah. You could say Super Bowl champions, Dallas Cowboys. If I could walk into Jerry's World and still see the banners from the Cowboys, and you can't walk in your stadium and see, hell, they won't even, you ain't even, the only banner they got hanging is when y'all made it to the Super Bowl in Madden. See, I used to use that one. But Cowboy fan to Cowboy fan, that don't mean shit to me, big dog. It's been 30 years. 30. I'm about to be 54 years old. How long have I been waiting for the Cowboys to even make it to the Super Bowl? Hell, just make it to the Super Bowl. They just made it to the Super Bowl. I'd have been like, okay, maybe they're on the right track. They can't even make it to the Super Bowl. So, sure, we could play revisionist history and use all of that. But Cowboy fan to Cowboy fan, that don't mean nothing. Well, ex-Cowboy fan to Cowboy fan. I ain't a Cowboy fan. And that's why the Cowboys on the island all by themselves. You're right. It's called Lonely Island. That's what it's called. It's called Lonely Island. Lonely. I'm so lonely. I need somebody to call my own. Ooh, they on Lonely Island. You're right. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Sean. Jamisha said they should be the Dallas Clowns. Come on over to the good side. Your husband is so he's a what you call it? He's a big time Packers fan. Jerry Jones. Sorry, Jerry did this to your team. Or the Arlington letdown. So he says they should be named. What's up, Patton? Starting to think Jerry Jones and Joe Biden are the same person. Oh, okay. Time to pass collection plate, Sarge. You really delivered a great eulogy. Let's go eat now, Texas fans. It's crazy because I met my first wife on Black Planet, but I met my current wife on another dating site. Hell yeah. You're right, Pat. And you know why? Because you can get rid of all the preliminaries before you got to go out on a date and spend money. Like, hey, let's talk first. Let's talk. Let me see if I'm even really ready to take you on this ice cream date or this coffee date. Hey, y'all seen this new thing going on? Talking about don't take me on a coffee date. Well, hell, do you know how expensive it is? When I used to date back in the day, I could go to Papa Do's and get shrimp and chicken tenders when I wasn't allergic to shellfish, shrimp and chicken tenders and fries for $9.95. Now, that's just almost like $49.95. I want to go to an expensive restaurant. Hell no, you're not gonna put me in your phone as food. Some of y'all are in the phone as food, men and women. Some of y'all in the phone as food. So online dating, heck yeah, let me know whether they used to let me know whether or not I want to continue with this or not. Because hey, I'm gonna say some things to that's gonna trigger a response. Is gonna let me know whether you crazy or not. Christian Mingle. Farmers.com. My wife from the country. We met on farmers.com. Oh man. Big Dog say he ain't gonna let Big Sarge disrespect his. Hey man, Big Dog can't, bro. I mean, I was a Cowboys fan for 49 years. Big Dog just can't come up here and start talking to me like I'm crazy. Hey, everybody stop what they're doing. Stop. Everybody just stop what they're doing. Red Castle wants attention. Let's give Red Castle some attention. Hey, Red Castle, since you're here, you're calling a 3-time All-Pro. Hey, Red Castle, let me ask you a question. Do you know what All-Pro means? All-Pro means that you're the best at you're one of the best at your position. Micah Parsons is a 2-time first-team All-Pro, and he also made second-team All-Pro. So he's a 3-time. Listen, maybe you got your pros mixed up, Red Castle. Maybe you're thinking about the Pro Bowl. See, the Pro Bowl ain't what it used to be. I think I seen Keyshawn Johnson talking about the other day. Where he's like, I made the Pro Bowl when we was able to tackle. I made the Pro Bowl when we was able to tackle, when it really meant something. Now they play flag football. So maybe you got your pros mixed up, because I'm not talking about 3-time All-Pro. Even though he was selected to the Pro Bowl, even though he was selected to the Pro Bowl, like selected, not an alternate. He was selected to the Pro Bowl. He was an All-Pro. You don't just become an All-Pro. An All-Pro means you're one of the best at your position. One of the best out of everybody who plays your same position. So how is he overrated? See, you drinking that Jerry Kool-Aid, Red Castle. You drinking that. See, his name is Jerry Jones, not Jim Jones. He's in Arlington, not in Guyana. You're probably too young to know what that even means. Look it up. And I'm not talking about Jim Jones, the rapper. Look up Jim Jones, the preacher, and seeing what he did. You drinking that same Kool-Aid. Jerry Jones got you drinking that Kool-Aid. Because if you think that Micah Parsons is overrated and the Cowboys won that trade, hey Siri, did defensive tackle Kenny Clark have surgery on his foot?
Yes, defensive tackle Kenny Clark had surgery on his foot in January 2024. This answer is from CBSSports.com.
Hey Siri, how old is Kenny Clark?
Okay, I found this on the web for how old is Kenny Clark. Check it out.
Kenny Clark is 29. He turns 30 in 2 months. What are we doing here, Red Castle? Like, if you just wanted my attention, all you had to do is say, "What's up, Sarge?" and I would have spoke. I'd have said, "What's up?" back to you. What are we doing here? I'm not here to take a dump on Kenny Clark, but so you may have been late to the party. Let me say this for the people in the back. Hey, is this thing on? Can y'all hear me in the back? My wife is a Packers fan. Die hard. I watch the Packers. I follow Packers fans pages as well. So you do realize that the Packers were going to get rid of Kenny Clark at the end of this season, right? Yeah. How they win the trade? How did the Cowboys win the trade? Red Castle, you do realize where they're going to be drafting with those 2 picks, or if they trade him away. Stop playing with me, Red Castle. I don't know who you used to talking to, but not Sarge. He not the one. Like, you know, go play 2K or something. Didn't 2K just the new 2K just come out? Go play 2K. Go play like Madden, or go play like NCAA. Don't come playing with me. Patton, what'd you say? Them tenders still hit to this day. Man, I know, right? I ain't, you know what? I may go old school, take my wife out to Papa Do's. Let me see something. Now y'all done got me interested. I'm about to get up off here in just a second, y'all. Let's see how much. Let's see how much they are now. So, dang, look what pop up. Let me see. Where is it at? Website. No. Where's the menu? Let me look at the menu. Menus. Let me see. Nope, no. No. Where is it at, y'all? I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get up off here. But I gotta find. I'm not getting off here till I can find the price. Damn. A small plate of shrimp is $23. The medium is almost $30. Yes, they are, Senor Boble. Shrimp and chicken tenders at Papa Do's. The medium plate is $22.95. The large plate is $29.95. $30 for some shrimp and chicken tenders? Hell, just the chicken tenders and fries is $14.95, and the large plate is $21.95. Hold on, let me see, because this is what a lot. I knew it. This is what they love to order when they used to go out. Yeah, let me get a seafood platter. No, Papado platter with extra fried shrimp and crawfish. A seafood platter is $39.95. The Papado platter is $43.95. Almost $50. I married a woman who likes struggle meals like myself. Still first rounders. I understand you want the Cowboys to be in a misery hole. Not the case. I want the Cowboys to be in a misery hole. Red Castle. Hell no. I've been in a misery hole as a Cowboys fan. Still first rounders. At the bottom, what are they going to get? Do you believe that what they're going to draft is the equivalent to what they need? They're still not going to get talent that they need. Cowboys need a lot. A lot. So no. Just because they're first rounders, that don't mean nothing. How many first round busts are there? Hey Siri, when did the Dallas Cowboys draft Mozzie Smith? Mozzie Smith was drafted by the Dallas Cowboys in the first round of the 2023 NFL draft. Hey, what has Mozzie Smith done? Hey, Red Castle, you're not talking to one of those. You ain't talking to a Kool-Aid drinker who on the radio up in Dallas. You ain't talking to somebody, a Kool-Aid drinker who covers the Dallas Cowboys. You're talking to a former Dallas Cowboy fan, die-hard fan. Spent my money too. First round, 2020, Mozzie Smith was the first rounder, and when is he going to pan out? First rounders don't mean nothing. You know how many people have been drafted in later rounds that are good? Tenders and shrimp, $33.99 large. Ooh, shout out to the Swamp Thing. This is a Cowboys is a misery hole. This have him on the phone. Cowboys can be good if Jerry Jones hires a GM and that man cannot move the team. He won't hire. Y'all remember that simulation I told y'all about earlier? I feel like I'm living in one now. Red Castle. Maybe you know what? My bad. Maybe you came late. Let me say this again. I was born in 1972. January 1972. I wasn't fully aware of what football was in 1972. But by 1975, because I lived in a household full of Dallas Cowboys fans, diehard fans, at 3 years old, I was conscious of who the Dallas Cowboys were. Had all kind of Dallas Cowboys clothing, Dallas Cowboys, everything. So from 75 to August 29th, 2025. So from 75 to August 2025. How long is that to being a fan? You need some help? Don't worry. I'll wait. I'll give you time. Go ahead. I'm listening. How long is that? Because the season has officially started. You know what I'll say? That's 50 years. 50 years. What are we talking about, Red Castle? How long have you been a fan? How long have you been a fan longer than 50 years, Red Castle? And if so, prove it. I just told you. Since 1975. This ain't the first time I said that. So don't be calling me no bandwagoner when I've been a fan longer than probably you've been alive. When I've been a fan longer before you could even talk. I've been a fan. So don't call me no bandwagoner. If anything, it's you. No problem, Sean. I'm having fun now. Now we having fun. Thank you, Tay. Thank you. No. Hey, man. I know she cheated on you. I know she done you wrong multiple times, but don't leave her because you said when you took a vow to get married, you didn't think wasn't no divorce. So no matter how wrong she do you, stick with her, man. Eventually she'll come back around. Eventually she'll become the person that you married. She ain't gonna be this person forever. What are we talking about here? Tay says, what I've noticed from living near DFW, that if you're a Cowboys fan and you don't drink the Jones Kool-Aid, then you're ostracized by the rest of the fan base. Yeah. And like I said, most of them can't talk. There's only a couple of people that I know offhand right now that can talk to me about Dallas Cowboys fandom that's been a fan either as long as I have or longer. Stop talking to me, Red Castle. Stop talking to me. You've been a fan since they won their last Super Bowl, since last time they've been to the Super Bowl. Like I said earlier, when I start mentioning names like Danny White, Robert Newhouse, Everson Walls, um, Ed Too Tall Jones, Harvey Martin, Drew Pearson. I'm talking about players that I watch play live. The players you got to go back on YouTube and find. I watched when Danny White was the quarterback and the punter. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? 30 years? 30 years. 1995, I was fully hunching. 30 years ago, I was in my hunching stage. Like I was hunching. If you don't know what hunching is, I know you're young. I was hunching. Some of y'all gonna know what, listen, my old school people are sitting here, you know what hunching mean. I was hunching in 1995. Roger Staubach fan before Jerry Jones tore that team down. I watched Tom Landry, watched him coach the Dallas Cowboys. What are we talking about here, man? 1995, bro. 95. 95. So don't call me no bandwagoner if I have been supporting the Cowboys longer than you've been alive. I have Cowboys paraphernalia older than you. Wait, hold on for a second, y'all. Hold on. I'm not going to show you something that's older than you, but hold on. You see what this is? This is the first time I took this out the plastic. Oh, and I got papers for it too. I got papers for it. I wish I could show you where. Where my jerseys at? I got jerseys somewhere around here. I mean, hey, look, for those of y'all who are here now, I'm just now I'm about to I'm about to just go off. Well, not go off, but I'm just gonna keep talking to some of these fans. Mr. Clan, you better be glad Reverend Brooks is in this chat. Because I was about to cuss you out. Who are you? Who are you? Like, who are you? I ain't crying because I ain't a fan no more. So you can shut up. I don't care what you gotta say. But you got the right one on the right day. Gee, how much you want to pay for it? Don't talk about it. Be about it, Red Castle. You need my cash app? Big Sarge Sports with a Z at the end. DM me. I will sell it to you. How about that? Since you hey, don't just be bumping your gums just to be bumping your gums to get some attention. If you look, do you appreciate it? Don't talk about it. Be about it. Do you appreciate it? If you appreciate it, I'll sell it to you. But I know you don't. You just been watching the Cowboys for 30 years. You don't even know what a Super Bowl looks like unless you go back and watch it on YouTube. I watched them live. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? The fact that y'all gave 2 rounds for Parsons show how insane Jerry really is. Hey, don't talk about it, be about it. Hit me up in the DM. I'll give you my Cash App. Send me the money, and I will FaceTime you as I ship it to you. Stop playing with me, man. I don't know what. Hey, bro, I'm not one of them regular people that you interact with in your on Twitch. Not me. Hey, let me tell you something, especially on this channel. Especially on this channel. Hey, man. I like smoke. Matter of fact, I'm the lighter. You know how Lil Wayne come on the track? You hit a lighter. That's me. Yeah, that's me. I'm like one of them things that they sell, them lighters, them long lighters that they sell to light candles. That's me. I'm old school, my guy. You know what that means? That means I came from the charcoal, the lighter fluid, light the newspaper, drop it into the coals. That's how old I am. I wasn't I didn't grow up with ready to light coals for the grill. Mm-mm. You take that bag and you pour that charcoal inside of that grill, and then you pour that lighter fluid on it, and then you find your old paper, you light that paper, and you drop it in there, you jump back because that fire gonna go. That's me, my guy. That's me. You must be new here, my boy. Stop playing with me. Okay, it's about to be 1:00 now. I gotta go because I gotta get ready because we got the happy hour today. We got the tech. Uh. Hell yeah, yes, Queena. He summoned Big Sarge, and what you? Hey, let me tell you something. Rashad Clay said I go back to the Houston Post days. Hell yeah. Hey, let me tell you something about me. Red Velvet. Let me tell you something about me, Red Velvet, and you too, Mr. Dirty, Clean, or whatever you call yourself. Hey man, I got a whole channel. I have a whole podcast that's called Buzzed and Petty. That's me, founder and CEO of Buzzed and Petty. I am petty. I'm petty. Petty Pendergrass. Petty Bridgewater. I'm petty, my guy. And on this channel, bro, I'm super petty. You ain't finna come on here and start trying to think you finna bump your gums to me. Hell no. No, sir. Now, like I said before, I'm not here for I'm not here. I don't advocate for violence or none of that stuff. What I feel like we're doing is just having a good, healthy back and forth. But you're not gonna out petty me on my own. You're not gonna first. You're not gonna out talk me. You're not gonna out petty me. And unless you get disrespectful, I ain't gonna block you. I'm gonna let your comments come up on the side too and talk to you too. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not that type of person. I'll go back and forth because I can hold my own. You see what this says? It says Big Sarge. You know what else it says? United States Army. See that right there? You know what that says? Certificate of Retirement, United States Army. Sergeant Brian Lawrence Bearfield. Big Sarge ain't a character, my guy. Big Sarge is not a character. It's me. I'm Sarge. I'm Big Sarge. See that up there? Say Big Sarge. That's me. That's me. Well, y'all get Archie Man and he'll be back in Arlington D riding. Archie. Now I'm about to put you out of here because you stupid. Archie Manning. Hey Siri. How old is Archie Manning?
Archie Manning is 76 years old.
You fucking dumb. What he going? Well, what is Archie Manning coming to Arlington for?
Okay, I found this on the web for
What Archie Manning coming to hang out with Jerry Jones because they're in the same age group? Archie Manning. Archie Manning. And if you mean Arch Manning out of the University of Texas, he won't be there by the time the Cowboys get ready to pick. And if you're going to pick him, then what are you going to do with all that money you paid Dak? Arch may not be the best quarterback coming out of that draft class. But those are for people who really watch football. What are you talking about, Mr. Clean? I feel like now between you and Red Velvet, the more I talk to y'all, the dumber I feel. Like I'm losing brain cells talking to y'all. This boy said Archie Manning. Archie, y'all. Look, you see it right here. He said Archie Manning. Archie. They tried to hit Sarge with the Russian two-step. Yep. Send me the cash out. Stop talking to me until you send me the cash out. Stop talking to me until you send me the cash out. What they gonna do with Tyreek in Dallas? Ain't nothing they can do there. Thank you. How long you been a Cowboys fan? You know what? I don't even want to talk to you anymore. You're gonna be talking to either the people in the chat or to yourself because you said Archie Manning. Archie? Do you even know? Wait, hold on. Do you even know who Archie Manning played for? Don't Google it. Don't use Siri. Do not use nothing. Do you know who Archie Manning played for? Facts. Don't give him no out, H-Town Tony. Don't give him no out. He said Archie. That means that whatever time it is in Russia, he couldn't get it right. I don't care what he meant, Tay. I seen what he put. Bro, I don't know. I don't look Instagram. TikTok. Snapchat. Bro, I've been out the game so long, I don't know. I have not a clue. I've been out the game entirely too long, bro. I can't tell you nothing. Church. I don't know. And the way dating is today, I'm like, Me and my wife ain't never getting a divorce, so I can't say if me and my wife ever got a divorce because we ain't getting a divorce. She get tired of me. We just gonna have to sleep in separate rooms, but I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, hey, look, you married me. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. Wait, hold on. Yes, they done glitched in the chat. Yes, Tay. Yes, they are. Exactly. Hey, look at this coward right here. I wouldn't trust sending money to someone who isn't a loyal football fan. You told me to send the helmet to somebody who would appreciate it. Mr. I'm super Dallas Cowboys fan. Oh, me, I am super Dallas Cowboy fan. Then I guess you're not. Hey, wait, y'all. He gonna tell me to quit being feminine. I know what you mean. Hey, my guy, be smarter. Hey, you see this? Graduate. I graduated. I have a degree. You think that I'm finna just let you come into my space, into my area, and think that I'm just supposed to know what you mean, dumbass? No. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Quit being feminine. You know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. Say what you mean, idiot. You know what? Quit being feminine. How? Oh, so now, so when somebody corrects you for being stupid, that means they're being feminine. Don't get mad at me because you're dumb. I guess social media is no good in order that they come to Houston to try to get under our skins. Exactly. Hey, sure, you got to go to the grocery store early Saturday morning or to the gym, I guess. Half the Cowboys base jumping ship and the rest riding Jerry's D. Exactly. Cowboys when they have 50 fans by the time the season starts. Oh, man. Oh, good Lord. You seen that? He got mad at me because he was wrong. He got mad at me because he was wrong. Good Lord, I have had so much fun. All right. Ben Joe says, Mr. Clean, I'm a Cowboys fan. At a point in your life, you gotta admit our team is a clown show. Hell yeah, the star. Ben, all I'm saying is that Jerry has burned out the star, man. Jerry has burned out the star. They have it's nothing to look forward. It's been nothing to look forward to. Like what is there to look forward to this season? Jerry is selling snake oil. He's gonna tell everybody he did what's best for the team. He's gonna tell everybody he did this, that, and the other. And it's still not. I can name 5 teams in the NFC right now that are better than the Dallas Cowboys. So say the Dallas Cowboys make it as a wild card. They're gonna have to go on the road and then hold on. Tay says, you know what I mean. As a grown man, you should say what you mean and be direct. Yeah. You know what else I learned, Tay? A lot of these bots are ran by children. Like Red Velvet and Mr. Dirty, they're probably like 14 years old. Red Velvet looked at the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl and said that's how long he's been a fan. Tell me, hey man, send a helmet to somebody who loyal. Well, then send me a DM with a cash app, and I'll send it to you. All right, y'all. I got to get up out of here, man. I got to get ready to do the Texans happy hour this evening. Texas fans, meet me at the happy hour today. I want to talk about the matchup between Ariante Ursery and Jared Verse. I honestly and truly believe that that's going to be an early test for Ariante. I'm gonna try to do 5:30. Tay, I'm gonna try to do 5:30 because I got to get myself together. I got to eat and get myself together, and then I'm gonna be right back here. So you've been tuned into Sports Talk with Big Sarge. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports, the Z at the end. Follow me on the tick and the talk at Big Sarge Media. Make sure you subscribe to the Big Sarge Media YouTube page. Follow me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Because you know we do everything for the gram. Texans fans, I'll see you at 5:30 for the Texans happy hour. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I'm out.
Hard work, hard work.